the one word that best describes the three Dallas Cowboys players listed at the backup quarterback spot is potential. That word, potential, best describes second-year quarterback Cooper Rush and rookie signal callers Mike White and Dalton Sturm, because in all honesty, that is all the Cowboys have with those three players. If all goes as planned and no injuries occur, Dak Prescott will be the starting quarterback for the third straight year. Even though there is still a lot to be desired from the former fourth-round selection, Prescott has done a serviceable job for the Cowboys, more so than others who have filled in for former Cowboys starter Tony Romo in the past when he was injured. Prescott is all but ready to help the Cowboys return to the postseason after the offense sputtered for varying reasons and the team missed the playoffs. But what shape are the Cowboys in if something were to happen to Prescott? How would the Cowboys continue their season without the guy they hope becomes their franchise quarterback for years to come? That is where Rush, White and Sturm all come into play. With only 1 year of NFL experience among the three of them, that could leave some Cowboys fans a little nervous, and if that is the case, the Cowboys front office has had to think about the scenario as well. Just who exactly are Rush, White and Sturm? How good are they now, and what talent do they possess that can not only take them to the next level, but even keep them on the 53-man roster? Are any of them ready to help the Cowboys in a time of need if the starter goes down? Confidence is key when it comes to these three young quarterbacks, and though there is little to no NFL experience among the three of them, there is still a lot to look forward to with these players. Who will be the ones who stay on the roster, and who won't be able to make the team in 2018? Page 2. Los Angeles, California, August 12. Cooper Rush. Photo by Sean M. Haffey, Getty Images. In what will be his second season with the Dallas Cowboys, Cooper Rush was a backup for the team last season, but played very little during his rookie season as Dak Prescott took most of the snaps under center. According to Pro-Football-Reference.com, Rush took a total of 15 snaps last season, 1.41% of all snaps, taking 12 in Week 7 versus the San Francisco 49ers and 3 in Week 11 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Though the snaps in actual games weren't there for Rush, but Rush has going for him compared to others battling for the top backup spot, as he has 1 year of experience in the Cowboys system, and that 1 year could and should make a huge difference for him this training camp. Where the Cowboys made a mistake at the end of last season was in not giving Rush any time on the field in the 2017 season finale against the Eagles in Week 17. With the playoffs out of sight, there was no reason not to play Rush in that game to get him some more experience, but the Cowboys especially could have had more film on him to better evaluate his progress for the season. Remember, last season Rush eventually took the top backup role away from Kellen Moore, as he was the third quarterback on the roster for part of last season before surpassing Moore, who is now on the Cowboys coaching staff this season. Having Mike White as Rush's biggest competition this offseason in securing that role, it will be very exciting to see a good old-fashioned battle for the backup role between two quarterbacks who have possibly high potential. In the NFL, page 3. TUSCALOOSA, Al, September 10, Mike White. Photo by Kevin C. Cox, Getty Images. Mike White is a prototypical type of NFL quarterback, as he's 6'5", 224 pounds, and though he played at Western Kentucky of the FCS, White still became a fifth-round selection for the Cowboys this past NFL draft. It's likely White will make some noise in training camp and be Cooper Rush's biggest competition this season. Though White has comparisons to Zach Mettenberger because of his height and build, White, like many others drafted, has the potential to eventually either become a starter in the NFL or at least stay on a roster and be a serviceable quarterback for a team in the league. the Cowboys must see something in White, and though Dak Prescott is their quarterback for the 2018 season, remember Prescott still has not received big-time contract extension, and he didn't have the year many envisioned he would obtain a year ago. That said, Prescott isn't looking over his shoulder this season at any of the quarterbacks on the Cowboys roster, but with White, he does make the roster battle interesting, and this battle for the top backup role is actually worth keeping track of this offseason. While at the Western Kentucky, White had back-to-back seasons of over 4,000 yards passing, including 4,363 yards, 37 touchdowns and 7 interceptions as a junior. His senior season saw him pass for 4,177 yards with 26 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. White completed 62% of his collegiate passes and totaled 74 touchdowns with 31 interceptions. Though many believe White will eventually make his mark either on the roster of the Cowboys or somewhere else in the NFL, the NFL is a show-me-now league. Although he doesn't have the time on the roster like Rush does, White still has a very good chance to make the roster for the Cowboys, possibly surpassing Rush, which means he would have really impressed the Cowboys this offseason. Page 4 WACO, TX, September 9, Dalton Sturm. Photo by Ronald Martinez, Getty Images. Dalton Sturm is the wild card in the battle of the backup quarterbacks, and saying that is underplaying the situation for the undrafted rookie from UTSA, as no one really knows how good or not so good he can be. The Cowboys have had some luck in the past when it comes to undrafted rookie quarterbacks, but unless you've watched a lot of film on Sturm, he's still an unknown player on the roster. Sturm will most likely be on the bottom of the depth chart all off-season long, but if he can play well enough, show enough progress, or if the Cowboys really believe in him, he might possibly earn a spot on the practice squad if the Cowboys keep Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush and Mike White all on the 53-man roster when the regular season arrives. If nothing else, Sturm could show others in the NFL his capabilities and make the quarterback battle a little tougher on Rush and White, as they seem to be the front-runners to earn the aforementioned roster spots. With Sturm, his senior season did see him complete 62.3% of his passes, as he played in 11 games and attempted 297 passes. Sturm totaled 15 touchdowns during that same senior season and had just 5 interceptions. For his collegiate career, Sturm completed 59.4% of his passes and threw for 49 touchdowns with 18 interceptions. Of the 3 players currently on the Cowboys roster vying to be the backup quarterback, Sturm has the toughest road ahead of him, but like some before him, he has the opportunity to surprise not only the fan base of the Cowboys but even more importantly, the Cowboys coaching staff if he shows he's good enough to make his mark on the roster.